everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. 27 points, 5 rebounds. Welcome to Pelicans Flock Report, where I give you everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. I'm your host, D. Broussard. First things first, man. Like always, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. The all-new Pelicans Flock Report. You definitely don't want to miss it after each and every game, and even on off days as well. Make sure you like and subscribe, man. The Pelicans might have a new star, and he goes by the name of Trey Murphy. Now, obviously, Trey Murphy has been on the team for a couple years now. He's continuing to develop. He's continuing to get better. Now, Trey was drafted in 2021, 17th overall by the Memphis Grizzlies, whom traded Trey to the New Orleans Pelicans, where Trey signed a two-way deal with the Pelicans, and he also spent time playing for the G League affiliate, the Birmingham Squadron. And now Trey has ultimately made his way onto the roster, and he's starting to be a serious focal point for the Pelicans going forward into the future. Now, Trey has improved tremendously, improving his scoring average from 5.4 points per game to now 21.7 points per game. And he also had a huge game on February 4th versus the Bucks, scoring a career high 44 points. And Trey just balled out. He continues to ball out. And it's looking like Trey is going to become a star at some point in this league. Now, Trey has ability to finish around the rim. He can shoot the three-point shot. He's also starting to get a little bit creative with his game as well. And I think the sky's the limit for Trey. As long as he just continues to work on his game and continues to develop, I think Trey will be okay. But I can say that the emergence of Trey Murphy may have had something to do with the Pelicans feeling comfortable moving on from Brandon Ingram. I've said that before. I've had conversations with other fans about it. I think that the fact that the Pelicans saw the emergence of Trey Murphy, I think they were okay moving on from Brandon Ingram. Now, I myself, I can't say that I totally agree with that because I kind of still miss Brandon Ingram being in a Pelicans uniform, to be honest. But I can say that Trey is a much more consistent three-point shooter than Brandon Ingram is. Now, obviously, Brandon has gotten a lot better over the years, being more consistent with shooting the ball from three-point land. But Trey Murphy, in my opinion, is still the more consistent three-point shooter as he continues to develop. Now, ultimately, Trey played his way into signing a 4-year, $112 million deal or extension, I would say, with the Pelicans in 2024. And Trey has continued to develop and get better. Now, in my opinion, Trey still has some things that he needs to work on. I do feel like Trey Murphy has to become a better defender. I feel like he has to become more of a go-to guy in the clutch, with his clutch scoring and things of that nature, because this season it has been times where Trey was kind of MIA in certain situations. So I feel like that's definitely something that Trey is going to have to work on if he's going to become a star in this league. He's going to have to be ready to perform in the bright lights, in the clutch situations, hit big shots. He's going to have to do that if he's going to become a star. Now, not saying that he can't do it. I do feel like he can become that type of player, but that's definitely one thing that I feel he's going to have to become, along with being a more consistent defender. Because Trey is really long. I mean, he's only 6'8", but he has a real long frame. So I do feel like Trey can be a little bit better defender at times, blocking shots, defending on the perimeter, you know, um, giving guys some trouble on the perimeter, causing deflections, kind of like the same way that Herb Jones does at times. Like I feel like Trey could be that type of defender with his build and his slender uh, body and wingspan and such. So I definitely feel like Trey is gonna have to become a better defender, and also he's gonna have to learn how to perform in the clutch. And he's gonna definitely have to add a little bit more to his game because I've seen this season where teams, basically took Trey off the 3-point line. I think it was I want to say it was against might have been Phoenix, but in that game, they really did a great job, stopping Trey Murphy from getting in the rhythm. So I feel like Trey is definitely gonna have to develop um a more creative game, not just relying solely on the 3-point shot, even though we know that he can make those shots, but not just relying solely on the 3-point shot, you know, maybe start going downhill, penetrating the lane, work on some floaters or, just certain moves that he can make, to still be effective without being so reliant on the 3-point line. Now, another thing with Trey Murphy is Trey has also dealt with a lot of injuries over the last couple seasons. And I think that's kind of been a problem for him and kind of, I would say, it's kind of hindering his development a little bit because he has dealt with some injuries. Now, Trey currently right now has been out with an ankle sprain. Now, it's been reported that Trey may play in this next game on Thursday against the Portland Trail Blazers. Still not sure, but you know, the most notable injury to Trey Murphy was the rotator cuff in his right shoulder, where Trey missed a significant amount of time, and also a torn labrum, which he suffered as well, and he missed time with that as well. And also Trey missed time this season um, as well, besides the ankle sprain. So I think with health, that's been a huge problem with Trey Murphy not being healthy. I think that he definitely has to be healthy for a full season to maximize his potential. But I also feel like um, Trey has a lot of room to grow. He's only 25 years old, so he definitely has a lot of room to grow. And this is a huge question mark for the Pelicans franchise is the development of the younger players. Can we as a franchise and the organization continue to develop our young players and help them maximize their full potential? Because I definitely feel like Trey Murphy hasn't reached his full potential just yet, but I feel like those days are not far ahead. I'm honestly feeling like next season we may see a different Trey Murphy. I definitely feel like he has the potential to be a star in the league, but there are some things that's, you know, important in which he'll have to correct, which is staying healthy, staying on the basketball court, being available, and also, like I said, becoming a better defender because I feel like he can be an elite defender, So, um, is Trey Murphy a star? Or is Trey Murphy just a role player? Let me know what you guys think. But I definitely feel like Trey has the potential to be a star. I definitely feel like um, he's not just a role player. He's an important piece to the team. There have been some games when Trey has not been on the floor that we really missed him. So I definitely feel like Trey is becoming a star, and I feel like he has the potential to be a huge focal point of the team. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. But yeah, man, that's it for me. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, the all new Pelicans Flock Report. You don't want to miss it. Shout out to everybody that's already subscribed, man. I really appreciate y'all out there. And as long as y'all keep subscribing, I'm gonna keep on dropping this content. Comment below, let me know what you guys feel, man. Is Trey Murphy a star? Can he be a superstar? or is he just a role player? Y'all let me know.